This is the fastest street legal car you're looking at right now. Now I just did a 9.7 to the quarter mile, 138 miles an hour, just in Saturday gone. They have cars in St. Lucia that I've built. I was in St. Martin at one time. I've been to Barbuda to deal with cars. I've been to Nevis, Sinkits. Because I had motorbikes, bought cars, fiddled with them. I used to work at Harney Motors at one time. Mazda, which was called Leeward Motors. I've been to Japan, Jamaica, Barbados, and different courses. I think it's something that I've been doing since I've been small, taking all the cars apart, switching the parts, trying to get them to look like a race car kind of thing. It's something I guess I was born with it. 20 years, maybe a bit over 20 years. Too long. You can't beat experience. In no field, I don't think you can beat experience. For instance, when we build in the cars, we get instructions from, they come with the parts, you look at them and they don't make no sense. Now that's where the experience comes in. My years of experience, I know how to get around it. My typical day starts at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm here most of the time before 8. Sometimes I don't reach home till 8. It all depends on the workload. Running up and down, trying to get stuff. If I have to fabricate something, I have to, between here and the machine shop, I have to check, I have to measure, go and do it, come back, see if it's right. If it's not right, you have to go back again. If a customer wants something done and I can do it, it doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's a 4-door, it's a coupe, if it's a Honda, it's a Toyota, Mitsubishi, it doesn't matter. I don't necessarily have a favorite car. I would lean towards maybe the Hondas, because the Hondas are the easiest built, they're easier to get power, the easiest to get parts, probably the cheaper of the whole bunch of them to buy the parts. But I don't really have a favorite. Well, this is my favorite one because this is what I drive. This car is actually owned by Mr. Richard Donnells from Harney Motors. I have it a lot, so people think it's actually my car. The speed is all relative to what they call the power to weight ratio. The lighter the vehicle, the least you have to spend. If you have a car that's weighing 1,400, 1,500 pounds, then you may only need say 400 horsepower to do the time. You have a car like this that's 3,000 pounds, you need close to 1,000 horsepower to get it there, so it's all relative to what you're doing. But there's no cheap way in racing really. The fuels can cost you from $40 a gallon to maybe $200 a gallon, all depends. Then you have to prepare it to race, you have to buy plugs. If you can't tune it yourself, you have to bring someone to tune it. The parts are expensive because they are custom-made parts. So it's all relative to how far what you're building and how far you're going with it. If you have a heavy car and you're trying to reduce weight, which we do with this to a certain extent, we remove like the seats, this has in what they call a Recaro seat, which is you can say a performance seat, but not a racing seat. The seat itself weighs about 40 pounds. If you take them out and you put one that's in this 20 pounds, you're saving 60. And there are a lot of other parts, the spare tire, the jet, it all adds up, everything adds up. The sponsors is difficult to get. The ratio in what we spend and what we get back is nothing if you do get a sponsor. Because a typical race day, just for instance, just talking average across the board, you need race fuel, you maybe need from start to end 10 gallons of fuel. Even at the minimum price of $40 a gallon is $400. Then you're talking spark plugs, oil, filter. If you use nitrous oxide, a bottle of nitrous oxide is $175 a bottle, depending on how much of nitrous oxide, how much of power the nitrous oxide gives the car the power. Depending on what setting, what jets you have in it, it depends on how long the bottle lasts. So you may need 2 2 or 3 or maybe 4 bottles for that weekend, that's another $175 a bottle. The days of speeding the road are gone. There are too many cars to speed and it was too dangerous now. When there were only a few cars, you could take your chance, not now. You get advice, what you're doing, get somebody to help you do what you're doing and check what you're doing. You don't just go up and just think you can go fast because many things can happen.